Good morning. V'chi Yaakov b'eretz mitzrayim 17 shana. V'yiyu mechayav 7 shanim. V'aba 7 shana v'abayim ashanim. We see from here is that Yaakov lived his best years in Mitzrayim. He lived it in Mitzrayim. And this 17 is correspondent also 17 years that Yosef was with him, Be'eretz Miguriyavim, the land of his father. But nevertheless, over there was no unity between him and his brothers. There was a lot of friction. That was not the Indian that Yaakov was requesting to be happy. So in Eretz Mitzrayim, he has best years. So we have to understand why. Why was his best years in Mitzrayim? Another thing we see by the Avos and by the Imahis, it says the higher number comes first. Mei Shana v'Esrim Shana v'Sheva Shanim. The higher number comes first. By Yaakov, his lower number come first. So we know that the Avos did whatever they can to do the will of God. They were a merkava to God. They were like a chariot to God. And therefore, they did the best they can to fulfill God's will. When he came to Mitzrayim, he had to make a dwelling place for God. And as we see, he sent Yehuda before him. So he had to make a dwelling place for God. But it wasn't just a regular tachtoinim. A regular tachtoinim could have been Eretz Canaan. Eretz Canaan was also bad. But here is tachtoin shebetachtoin. It was the Ervas Haaretz. It was the worst of worst. And there he made a dira betachtoinim. And that was his avodah. His avodah was not to draw down milamayla, godliness, but to deal with the tachtoin shebetachtoin. And none of the Avos were in the tachtoin shebetachtoin. In a way of vayechi, living there. It was only Yaakov, the Bechir Shabavos, the most choicest of the Avos. We know that the third base of Mikdash is Keneged Yaakov, corresponding to Yaakov. So he dealt with the Barim to make a dwelling place for God all the way down under. And that's why we see also by Yaakov that his best years were in Mitzrayim. Because that's when he accomplished a dira b'tachtoinim in Mitzrayim, a dwelling place for God in Mitzrayim. And here we can see also, and that's the reason also why he starts off with the lower numbers and higher numbers. Since he's dealing with the tachtoin, on how low he is, in which situation he is, we start off first with the Sheva Midos. The 7 Midos. For sure he rectified it, and that's connected to the 7 Midos of Atik, which is higher than the Seder Shtalshalos. And then Arbaim, he goes a little bit higher. which we know nowadays we only have to refine the 7 midos, and also the moichin, which is connected to the midos. The chitzonius ha-moichin, the outer part of the intellect. So our Abayim goes on the four moichin. Included from 10. The way Keser is connected to Chachma, Bina, and Das. And then we have Meya, which is connected to Keser. 100 is connected to Keser, which is Misama Primis HaKeser, not Chitzonis HaKeser. And that's how he made a dir b'tachtonim and lived his best lives in Mitzrayim. And we know that this is the last parsha in Sefer Bereishis, which is Sefer Bereishis called Sefer Yesharim, and it's called also Sefer HaAvos. So we see that it's not only shaykh to the Avos, but it's also shaykh to each and every Yid. Yaakov includes all the neshamas of all Yidden throughout all generations. And therefore, we have the koyach to accomplish wherever we are and bring forth the Gula Amitis Vashlema. We have the power. Like we say at the end of davening, Ach tzadikim yoidu l'shmecha, yeshvu yisharim espanecha. Va'amech kulam tzadikim. Your nation is all tzadikim. At least in potential, for sure tzadikim. Then Yeshvi Yisharim Espanecha, that goes on the Yisharim, each and every Yid. And Be'ezra Hashem, by doing our work in transforming the world to Geula, doing what we have to do, just like Yaakov avinu, he sent forth Yehuda to open up a yeshiva because he knew no one. He opened up a yeshiva that no one could touch upon the Yidden. Torah protects the Yid. Torah protects Eretz Yisrael. The whole land of Eretz Yisrael. And then he made a dira b'tachtoinim in Eretz Goshen, the capital of Mitzrayim. So we have the koyach also to do our job, no matter where we are, to do what God wills, what's God's will, and do it with a tkifus. Not being embarrassed of your peers, not being embarrassed of your situation. Do mitzvahs and be proud of it. And then it will be panim al panim. We'll see God in the Beis HaMikdash HaShlishi. We'll see God face to face in the third Beis HaMikdash. B'mheirav yameinu imminently right now. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever.